it's me, Kerie Crystal Moonrise, and welcome to this episode of Kerie's Quick Tarot. I'm going to stage my cards real quick. This video is sponsored by LegacyKeyLeaf.com, your one-stop shop for all of your spiritual intention supplies like candles, crystal jewelry, decor, intention sprays, oils, candles, I said that already, incense, and so much more. So visit my shop if you haven't already done so, if you want. All right, so let's get serious here. Well, I was, but let's get focused. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit, guides, angels of the highest white light, ancestors who love me, please guide a message of inspiration or information for the Divine Collective. Thank you. What should we be made aware of or inspired by? Okay, a couple of cards, but this came flipped up. The Hermit. So perhaps you may be in some type of a situation that's got you kind of going on the inside, maybe meditating or getting quiet, kind of going into a space where you can hear yourself think, figure out what's next to do. But whatever it is, this card is signifying that there's some, you may have to take an intentional, inspired action to get quiet. Maybe there's a lot of noise around you and you just kind of need an environment where you can just kind of go within. And so this card is, kind of representing that, perhaps as a suggestion, or perhaps it's something that you may be already in the midst of doing. Whatever the case is, this card is basically, there's a story behind this. So now there's two more cards here. I am going to flip these cards to see what the bigger story is behind this Hermit, because what's got you going into Hermit mode? What's got you going within? I mean, it's always a good thing every now and then to take a pause and to just kind of get quiet and to regroup, reassess, reevaluate. But what is it that may be the situation with you right now that maybe you should perhaps go into hermit mode or go into this kind of a reclusive state, or perhaps you're in that state and maybe it's time to come out of it. So let's see, what are these two cards? So I see what's going on. So we had the Hermit card, and then we've got these two cards. So there's a breakup, okay? This card here, this is the Two of Cups reversed. So basically, the union that was at one point is not now, and somebody's heartbroken about that. Okay, so perhaps that is why you may be going within right now to maybe figure out what it was that went wrong with this situation, that maybe perhaps when things happen, one of the things that we have to do is take self-inventory and see what the lesson is in those types of situations in order to not repeat them, right? There's relationships, right? As we live our lives, there's going to be relationships that we have with people, right? We're going to meet people, we're going to have relationships with them, and sometimes those relationships may not pan out. And sometimes we may go through this stage of really hurting, right? Hurting through the breakup or the fallout or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship. Whatever that may be in your world, that's got you, potentially in a distraught, kind of heartbroken mind state. Going within, going in this hermit mode, in this situation, perhaps see how you may be able to turn things around within yourself, right? Did you love yourself enough Because sometimes when we don't love ourselves enough, we don't really have much to offer anyone else, right? And so when that's the case, someone's going to end up like this. Because healthy relationships are when the individuals come to the table with the self-love already in place, so that they know what they want for themselves, so that when they're in a union with someone, they're just kind of working together to uplift each other. So whatever the situation is or was, there was it would seem to me that there was some type of an imbalance with regards to self-care or self-love on someone's behalf. So, going into that hermit mode to pull yourself together, right? Because what we don't want to do is wallow in a state of sadness. Of course, we, feel those emotions. That's the healthy thing to do, right? Is when those things happen, we feel the emotion, but then at some point, you have to come out of it. And so when you're in this state of mind, kind of getting over something, how you come out of it matters. Are you going to come out of it with a positive outlook on how you can be a better version of yourself, to to be able to be in a position with someone in an upright position? Or are you going to come out of it with hatred or malice in your heart for the individual? Because whatever the situation, and this is for entertainment purposes only, right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But whatever the situation is that has you in hermit mode, perhaps it's time to come out. If you've learned your lesson and kind of work through your emotions, or perhaps you're going in it. And at this point, I have nothing left to say about the topic, because I think I've said enough. But hopefully this helps someone out there to know that, there's others who have gone through a similar situation. And maybe it's, talking with others who you can trust that can help you work through whatever it is that you're going through with this particular breakup. All right. So I'm Kerie Crystal Moonrise. Hopefully this helped someone out there. But give yourself an opportunity to go into hermit mode, to feel the emotion, to work through it, and to see what lessons you can learn from the situation so that you can become an improved version of yourself. That's just my take on it. It's not any type of professional advice. It's just my opinion. All right? And everyone has one of those, right? Anyway, I'm Kerie Crystal Moonrise. And look on the brighter side. Whatever that brighter side might be for you. Sometimes the brighter side is the lesson that was learned, or the lesson that should be learned in the situation. Okay? So, I'm Kerie Crystal Moonrise. Thank you for your time. And this was an energy exchange, so I'm going to recall my energy back to me. I'll send your energy back to you. And let's see if I can leave you with a happy note. This is my Archangels deck, okay? Let's see if I have a message of inspiration with regards to this hermit mode message. Let's see. Source, higher self, Holy Spirit guides, angels of the highest white light. Okay, so look at this. Okay, Page of Raphael. I'm going to read this to you, okay? It says, gentle, loving, dreamy, open-hearted. A new emotional situation. Messages regarding relationships or social invitations. Great intuitive insights, right? So sometimes when things happen and we go through these terrible situations where we're just feeling so hurt, this is saying a new emotional situation, right? But in order to enter a new emotional situation, you got to go into hermit mode. You have to heal. So take that time, that quiet time, that you time, in order to really become a better version of yourself, to learn the lesson. Because sometimes it's not necessarily always the other person's fault. Sometimes it's what did we do, right, that impacted the situation as well. And taking ownership of that, owning it, and forgiving ourselves for it. Whatever our part in the situation, right? Discovering how to forgive yourself, to forgive the other person, right? Forgiveness. Sometimes forgiveness doesn't necessarily mean that what fell apart comes back together. Sometimes forgiveness means that, you figure out what's next on your horizon, right? Okay, that's it. I'm Kerie Crystal Moonrise. Thank you for your time. It's been a blast. And I'm out. Like, share, subscribe, all those fun social things if you're inspired to. And thank you for those who do send donations. I appreciate them. Thank you so much. And peace out.